Hello, friends. Welcome back to Good Week, our good news roundup for the week of August 16th. This is episode 9, and I've got a story that feels like a deep breath to start us off.
Set the scene for us, Emma.
Picture a midwife loading up her car before dawn and driving across rural Alabama, hundreds of miles, to make sure moms get prenatal, birth, and postpartum care even in counties without hospital maternity wards. That's what midwife Nadia Granby is doing. She founded Crown of Glory Birth Services to serve these maternity care deserts.
It is as tangible as kindness gets. One person seeing a gap and stepping into it. And the scale matters. She drove more than 300 miles to reach families who would otherwise have to travel or go without.
I love that it's practical and hopeful at the same time. She's not trying to fix the entire system in one sweep. She's working family by family, visit by visit.
And since we're a Just the Facts shop, this comes via a national public radio report, and it's grounded in a broader pattern they've highlighted: counties with no labor and delivery services. The positive news is the human response meeting that need.
If your week needs a little faith in people, that's a pretty good place to start. Ready to keep it rolling, Jock?
Let's do it.
Sticking with people and kindness, different kind of strength, same spirit. In Kenya, professional bodybuilder Evelyn Awala says a steady regimen of diet and regular exercise helped her overcome ovarian cysts, and she's using her platform to draw attention to women's reproductive health.
This is the kind of personal story that nudges systems. Health experts in the coverage noted that conditions like fibroids are common across the continent and that many women lack affordable ultrasound screening. The hopeful angle here is twofold. She models a proactive lifestyle and keeps the conversation public.
It also reframes fitness as more than aesthetics. It's agency, food choices, movement, sleep, the basics that are boring until they change your life.
And it's a reminder that awareness is step 1, access is step 2. Bringing both into the open is progress.
I'm always encouraged when a public figure turns the spotlight into a lamp for somebody else's path. It's not loud, but it's powerful.
Quiet wins count, and this week had a lot of them.
On to technology that's already helping real people. First up, rides that drive themselves. Waymo just got approval from California's Utilities Commission to expand fully autonomous ride-hailing across 18 counties in the Bay Area, Los Angeles, Sacramento, and San Diego regions. That effectively triples their operating territory.
Key point, this is a regulatory green light from the State Commission. It's not a pilot, it's permission to operate. And as always, rollout details, which streets, what hours, will evolve. But the big picture is access. More neighborhoods can book a driverless ride.
Next, plastic without the long goodbye. CJ Biomaterials launched a sugar-based bioplastic, pellets made from fermented sugar, that breaks down in compost in about 6 months. They've tested forks, straws, and films in the lab, and the results point to a renewable swap for single-use fossil plastics.
It's practical innovation. Timelines matter here. In compost within 6 months is the claim under test conditions. The value is obvious. If a straw's lifespan is a lunch break, it shouldn't outlive a redwood.
Speaking of cameras that see the world better, Sony and TSMC are investing $6.3 billion in a joint venture in southwestern Japan to mass-produce next-generation image sensors. The plan is to supply high-performance camera modules, including those used in smartphones like iPhones.
That's an industrial-scale bet on clearer pictures and better low-light performance. The investment figure and intent are firm. The precise production timing wasn't detailed in the summary, but the direction is clear.
And a quick space tech safety shout. An Israeli-made radiation vest called AstroRad, tested on NASA's uncrewed Artemis 1 mission, cut simulated solar storm doses by up to 60%. The test suggested it offers protection comparable to the capsule's dedicated storm shelter while letting astronauts move.
That's a meaningful benchmark, mobility plus safety. It's based on data collected during Artemis 1, and the up to 60% reduction is the reported top-line number.
Tech you can touch, from your ride, to your lunch fork, to your phone camera, to your spacesuit. Not a bad week. Ready for a simple Wonder First science lab? Start by looking up. The Perseid meteor shower peaked overnight August 12th, 13th under a new moon. Dark skies, vivid streaks, and up to about 100 meteors per hour for lucky skywatchers.
Forecasts called it, and conditions delivered. New moon equals less light, more awe.
Also, a mind bender from the James Webb Space Telescope. Astronomers identified a massive object, MOM-BH-1, that looks like a supermassive black hole wrapped in a dense, dust-free envelope of gas. They're calling it a new class, black hole stars.
The name is evocative, and the underpinning is serious. A Nature paper laid out spectroscopic observations, which is a strong form of evidence. The term may evolve as more objects are found, but the core finding, a distinct kind of object, is what's new.
And a science history gem. Back in 1961, while interning at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab, a UCLA graduate student named Michael Minovich devised the gravity assist technique, using a planet's motion and gravity to sling a spacecraft farther and faster. That single insight powered missions like Pioneer 10, Pioneer 11, and Voyager 2 to the outer planets.
It's a reminder that one clever piece of math can open the whole solar system. No rocket upgrade required, just a smarter path.
Finally, a quiet revolution inside living things. Researchers in Barcelona compared 12 very different species, animals, plants, fungi, even some single-celled eukaryotes, and found that the chemical on switches that activate genes are highly conserved. In plain English, the way life says go to a gene has been around since way back.
That kind of cross-species conservation is a big deal because it means basic rules of gene control are shared, which makes medical and agricultural insights travel better across model organisms. Simpler lab critters can teach us more about ourselves, from shooting stars to deep codes of life, and all of it nudging curiosity forward.
Let's pivot to health and longevity, where the theme is no sooner, do better. First, a follow-up we covered last week, Moderna's mRNA flu vaccine. There's new movement. The FDA has now approved mFlusiva for adults 50 to 64, and it granted accelerated approval for those 65 and older. Trials showed a modest boost in efficacy over standard flu shots.
To be precise, last week we flagged the agency's initial clearance steps. This week's update is the formal approval for 50 to 64 and an accelerated pathway for 65 plus. As always, uptake and real-world effectiveness will be tracked in coming seasons.
Also out of midlife science, researchers at the National Institutes of Health say the brain's memory center, the hippocampus, appears to go through a midlife shift around age 50. Resident microglia, the brain's own immune cells, get partly replaced by inflammatory, blood-derived immune cells.
The finding is about mechanism, not diagnosis. The hopeful edge is that if we understand the shift, we can design timing-based interventions to keep the memory machinery calmer and clearer.
Speaking of timing, another follow-up to a story we touched last week, a study from NYU's Optimal Aging Institute found that avoiding diabetes, high blood pressure, and smoking between ages 48 and 68 is linked to as much as 12 extra years of life without dementia. This analysis covered more than 12,000 adults.
That up to 12 years figure is the fresh headline result. It's an association. Better midlife vascular health correlates with a longer dementia-free span. Translation for daily life, the boring basics win.
Doctors also introduced a way to see the whole cardiometabolic picture, the cardiovascular kidney metabolic, or CKM, syndrome. It links obesity, type 2 diabetes, chronic kidney disease, and cardiovascular disease into one 5-stage framework, urging early screening and lifestyle-first care.
It's a naming exercise with a clinical point. If we treat these as one connected syndrome, we can spot risk earlier and intervene sooner, ideally before damage stacks up.
Prevention may never trend on social media, but it does give you more good weeks.
Sports time, with the joy of the game front and center. Major League Baseball staged a goosebumps pregame at the Field of Dreams site in Iowa. 26 living Hall of Famers walked out from the cornfield before the Twins-Phillies game.
A love letter to baseball lore
And for the record, the Phillies went on to win that regular season contest.
Over to the pool in Irvine, where Lonnie Pallister beat Katie Ledecky in the 800-meter freestyle at the Pan Pacific Championships, handing Ledecky her first international loss in that event in 14 years. That is sports at its best. Excellence pushing excellence.
It's a result that says the field is deep and getting deeper. Greats create gravity, challengers rise.
On the gridiron, preseason can be sleepy. Not this week. A San Francisco rookie wide receiver, Deshaun Stribble, hauled in 7 catches for 63 yards in the first half against the Titans. That kind of debut has been matched only once in the past decade.
And he drew praise from the opposing head coach for his size and ability. Small sample size, yes, but bright first impression.
In another preseason storyline, the Raiders fell to the Cardinals, but rookie quarterback Fernando Mendoza tossed a 6-yard touchdown in his debut. Coach Clint Kubiak highlighted it after the game. Silver lining energy.
Preseason is where you meet the names you'll be Googling in October. Always worth a look.
A little culture and games. Off the field, into the tabloids, but with a smile. Travis Kelce, yes, that Travis Kelce, arrived at a Chiefs preseason game with a yellow-gold wedding band, confirming his marriage to Taylor Swift. Back in July, he told reporters at training camp that the wedding happened that month.
The fact piece is simple. Ring on, marriage confirmed. The subtext? A lot of fans will now consult calendars for tour schedules and bye weeks.
Somewhere, a wedding planning spreadsheet just got a victory lap.
And everybody else gets a moment of lightness in their feed.
While we're on sky moments that crossed into cultural event territory, a total solar eclipse swept parts of Europe on August 12th, the first such view in decades for many regions. It kicked off in Iceland's West Fjords, and even with some clouds and thin local infrastructure, it drew visitors and boosted tourism.
Eclipses deliver instant communities. Strangers with cardboard glasses high-fiving under midday twilight. The reporting highlighted big crowds and the economic boost. Science meets spectacle.
Business and innovation with a positive slant. Fortune reports that a planned terafab chip facility in Grimes, Texas, from Elon Musk's orbit, could cost over $16.8 billion, create around 3,000 jobs, and cover roughly 100 million square feet. If built to spec, it could become the largest building on Earth.
Important qualifiers: planned, expected, and could. Those words tell you we're early in the timeline. But the job count and the scale signal serious ambition in domestic chipmaking.
Meanwhile, Sunrise Energy Metals secured a conditional $400 million loan from the U.S. Department of Defense's Office of Strategic Capital to develop its Syerston scandium mine in New South Wales. The company's shares jumped more than 16% on the news.
Conditional is the key word, but the intent is strategic materials for industry. Scandium is used to strengthen alloys, among other uses.
Over in markets and AI, Meta's Mark Zuckerberg said AI agents will become widely available and published a 6,500-word essay advocating open-weight AI models. Analysts pointed to potential beneficiaries like Micron, AMD, and CrowdStrike, chip and security names getting a lift.
It's a mix of vision and market reaction. The specific timing of widely available is a prediction. The stock's moving is measurable.
And a lottery footnote with a silver lining. No ticket matched all 6 numbers in the August 15 Powerball draw, so the jackpot resets to an estimated $35 million. This came right after a $1.04 billion jackpot was hit on August 12th at a gas station in Quincy, Illinois.
In translation, a smaller pot means better odds of not splitting your office pool 14 ways. Hopeful math, if not scientific.
World and everyday wins. In Washington, officials reported that violent crime in the United States fell sharply in 2025. Murders were down 18.1%, and they noted double-digit declines across violent offenses as the FBI prepared to release its annual numbers.
That's the briefing level data, and the percentages are substantial.
We'll watch for the full uniform crime reporting release to confirm the specifics, but the direction is welcome.
In Beirut, Lebanon's parliament voted on August 11 to abolish the death penalty and replace it with life imprisonment. If fully enacted, it would make Lebanon the first country in the Middle East to end capital punishment.
The vote is the key step reported. Implementation details matter. Legal systems have gears to turn. But as a legislative act, it's notable, and the first in the region framing came via major international reporting.
And a note from Europe's shores. Poland launched the first frigate of its Miecznik program, the 7,700-ton Wisher in the Gulf of Gdansk. It's one of 3 multi-role frigates in a broader naval modernization push.
Launching a new ship is an industrial milestone. Design, jobs, and maritime capability all wrapped together. The christening drew national leadership. The fact to hold on to is that the first of 3 is in the water.
Different domains, same thread. Forward motion you can measure.
Before we go, a small salute to wonder and those who share it. The late Stephen Hawking was honored again this week for both his black hole insights and his lifelong effort to bring science to the public. I like to think some kid watching the Perseids decided to read a book with his name on it.
Good weeks have good ancestors.
And that's our show. If you want more calm, uplifting stories, visit factslane.com or grab the FactsLane app on the App Store or Google Play. Try the Zen mode. It's only positive news, just like this show's vibe.
And if you like your optimism with lab goggles or circuit boards, check out our sister roundups, Science Week and Tech Week.
Thank you for spending part of your Sunday with us. Take care of yourselves, be kind to someone nearby, and let the good news fuel you a little.
Have a great week. We'll see you next time.